So the iPhone SE 4 kind of has a problem built inside of it. And this is kind of an issue that you're going to run into when you're going through and buying a phone like this. Because when you're looking at something like an iPhone SE 4, this type of phone is going to be a very interesting device in a lot of ways. But the main issue that we're going to be having with the iPhone SE 4th generation is specifically when it comes down to the price tag of this type of device. The problem that we're going to be running into with a device like the iPhone SE 4th generation is the fact that with a device like this, you're going to be running into a problem where if the price of this type of phone is going to be too expensive, meaning if this type of phone is going to be putting us in a situation where it's not going to be at a price that the original iPhone SEs were built off of, this is going to be a very, very hard sell of a device, even if it has things like a dynamic island, an action button, other things like that. It really isn't going to make a lot of sense to go ahead and buy a phone like this at that caliber when you could go ahead and buy a phone that is going to be giving you a little bit better capability in so many different ways. And with something like an iPhone SE 4th generation, this type of device is putting you in a spot where it may not make the most amount of sense to go ahead and buy if it costs the same as a used last generation flagship. Meaning that if you're going to go through and buy something like an iPhone, let's say an iPhone 15, right, in the used market, if it costs the same or cheaper than an iPhone SE 4, and let's say it has almost the same type of layout as an iPhone, 15, why would you go ahead and buy something like an iPhone SE 4th generation when you can buy an iPhone 15 in the used market for a cheaper price? So this only happens, and this is only a problem, if the iPhone SE 4 is even kind of close in terms of price tag to the iPhone, 15 or 16 in that case. If it's like, let's say $599 to $699, if it's $699, that is going to be a very hard sell because, last generation's iPhones are also going to be sold for $699. So you're going to be looking at an iPhone SE 4 against an iPhone 15. People are probably going to end up buying the iPhone 15. I feel like that's going to be a more superior phone. So the pricing strategy of this iPhone is probably going to be the number one biggest complaint that we're going to be experiencing with this type of phone. And this in and of itself, I think, is probably going to be one of the biggest things to keep in mind here. So if I'm going to go through and look at a device, this in and of itself is probably going to be one of those big things to keep in mind. And I do think that in and of itself is going to make me probably look at a device like the iPhone 15 and probably say, or even newer phones, and be like, why would you buy the iPhone SE 4? Just buy the other phones in the used market. So if Apple gets the pricing strategy right for that phone, I'll be happy. But if they get it wrong, that can really hurt this particular phone looking off in the future. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.